Hey Kai, I just want you to know something. I like cats.
Don't stare at me!
You know what is really hilarious to me? Ever since the Toby drama happened, a lot of the people who came after me one by one started getting cancelled. Poetically, the first one to fall was the first one who did a video on me, Prison Mate Luke. He came after me, Harley, Hopeless Peaches, Mari, and I debunked all the claims he made about all four of us. He also went after Just Stop, but he's a smart guy and he can take care of himself. He blew up really fast, gaining like 100,000 subscribers in 3 months. And then what did he do? Gave it all up because he just couldn't stop lying and slandering people. If you want more information about this guy, well, I have a whole playlist, so go check that out. The guy could have easily made a living on YouTube and got all the way to 1 million subscribers in no time at all. And it just seems really strange to me that he gave up all that he had just because he didn't want to apologize to Peaches.
Fuck you!
The biggest person who talked about me was Creepshow Art. To be fair, she never did a video specifically focusing on me or anything like that, but she got cancelled by far the hardest. I also have a playlist on her if you want to check that out, but let me just say, if you thought Prison Mate Luke was bad, Creepshow Art is on a whole nother level. I can't even go over what she did because the list is just too long. And while I suspected both her and Luke would eventually slip up, Kai was a different story because he doesn't upload quite as often as the other two do. And while I certainly don't think Kai is nearly as bad as Prison Mate Luke or Creepshow Art, he still is a pretty bad dude. But just like the other two, he just couldn't apologize. But unlike the other two, he deleted his entire channel. But what did Weiss even do? Well, there's this pretty infamous and small commentator known as Akumu. Akumu is just about hated by everybody, and I only discovered him because of the Hopeless Peaches drama. Now here's an advantage Kai always had. A lot of commentators really care about their reputation, and if Kai accuses them of being racist, which he always fucking does,
你还有中国就是叫西呢。
well, they quickly become apologetic to him. But the thing with Akumu is that his reputation was already in the toilet, and if you go after someone whose reputation is already in the toilet, then you're just gonna get covered in shit. Kai did a video on Akumu telling people that he should be ignored, which everybody was basically doing already. Akumu made a response to Kai, and Kai struck the video down. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the Susie Lou situation, false flagging videos or striking videos is very frowned upon. Now, to be fair, Akumu did use a lot of Kai's footage. He even played a clip for a whole 4 straight minutes. And we can debate if it's fair use or not, and as you know, in a court of law, fair use is definitely a case-by-case basis. But here's the thing, does anybody legitimately believe Kai looked at this video and said, "Oh my god, he's infringing on my copyright, I'm gonna lose out on money"? Or do you think he struck the video because of malice intent, hoping he could get away with it because a lot of people hated Akumu? Akumu had less than 1,000 subs, so obviously his channel wasn't monetized. And even then, judging by the average amount of views Akumu gets, he would have only gotten like 200 to 300 views on the video. So Kai wasn't exactly gonna be losing out on a whole lot of money. I mean, I could have probably struck down the video No One Asked made on me, but I never did. I made a joke about copyright claiming it so I could make money, but I never ended up doing that. Not because I didn't want to, but I'm just too lazy. You guys ever heard of this thing called the Streisand effect? The more you try to censor something, the bigger it becomes. I talked about this a little bit in my Antunes video, where Antunes struck down the video of Izzy and Prison Mate Luke. Now one could make the argument that Antunes was in his right to strike down those videos, but the thing is, people didn't really care, and it got him into a lot more trouble than he was already in. I don't even strike down re-uploads of my content because I would rather have someone just get a couple hundred views than for, you know, the Streisand effect to happen. Now Kai, by the off chance you're watching this, remember that video I did with Harley on the Hopeless Peaches drama? And I offered you an olive branch and I highly recommended that you should take it? And you refused to do so? I bet you're regretting that decision now, huh? Remember what I said? Daddy Luke ain't around anymore? Yeah, you only got as far as you did because of people like Luke, Creepshow, Omnia, Thuman, and other people who just took pity on your sorry ass. But Kai, it ain't gonna work anymore. And once Luke left, I thought you would realize that. And then Creepshow left, and you still didn't realize that. Now I'm gonna go over everything Kai has done up to this point, because as much as he acts like everyone in the community is against him, I've never seen anyone in the commentary community nearly as lucky as him. First there was the Toby drama. People like Harsh Opinions and Nani did videos on Kai and Omnia. Then Prismate Luke and Thuman lied saying Harsh and Nani were massive friends of Toby. Now I want to make this clear right now, I'm not friends with Toby. I had one Discord call with her and it wasn't pleasant. Many people in the CC just had a problem with Kai and Omnia leaking Toby's private story, along with a few other small things, and that's it. No one was saying Toby was a perfect little angel and she didn't do nothing. Was it stupid when people said Kai and Omnia were just as bad as Toby? Sure, but that's about it. But everybody was acting like we were trying to excuse all of her actions, and we weren't. I barely know Toby, and I don't really care if she got cancelled. Now, I don't want to talk about the Toby drama too much because it's such a hot button issue, but the point is, people had such mild criticism for Kai and Omnia. Like, if you're offended by what Nani says about you, fucking Nani?
What the fuck?
Nani's like the nicest person ever! Basically everybody apologized to Kai and Omnia, but they kept on going, mostly towards me. The Hopeless Peaches drama happened because of people like Creepshow Art and Prismate Duke of Dipshits, and she got way more hate than she ever deserved, but thanks to people like Millie Malware and Hopeless Peaches' friends, the situation started turning around. I made a video series defending Hopeless Peaches, again, playlist, you can go check that out. But during the Hopeless Peaches drama, a friend of mine at the time, TheNamesJunkie, leaked the script that me, Manga Common, Future Butters, and Hopeless Peaches all worked on during the Toby drama. He gave it to Omnia, who put it at the end of their second video on Hopeless Peaches, causing all the hate I was already getting to also be lumped onto Hopeless Peaches. Now it should be noted that Peaches only worked on the script when it was just Manga Common script, before Future Butters and me were involved. Junkie did not have permission to do this, and he really broke the trust of me and Manga Common. Manga Common tried to talk things out with Junkie in a call that he had permission to record, and instead of acting like a man, Junkie backstabbed him, lied saying Manga Common blackmailed him, and did a video on the whole Toby situation, constantly jacking off Prismate Luke, Kai, Omnia, and spreading around false information about Hopeless Peaches. I talked about this in a video I did not too long ago, so if you want more information about all of this, you can go check that out. Now once the Hopeless Peaches drama started turning around, people like Prismate Luke and Creepshow Art got a whole heap of criticism. But the only problem people seemed to have with Kai and Omnia during the whole Hopeless Peaches drama was that Omnia used Peach's grooming video as her thumbnail. And Omnia released her apology video also saying that she still wouldn't forgive Peaches, which is a weird fucking move to tell someone that you're saying sorry to that you're not going to forgive them. At the same time when Kai uploaded a video adding even more criticism onto Hopeless Peaches. Like, what the hell? Oh yeah, and backstabbing Junkie with his editor Phantom Heart was in that video with Kai. I thought this would be the moment when Kai and Omnia would finally get jumped on, and while they got a few dislikes, it wasn't a whole lot. Instead, a few small commentators uploaded videos about the Hopeless Peaches drama saying, "This needs to stop, it's gone too far." So when I quote-unquote revive the Toby drama, it's bad, but when they're trying to revive the Peaches drama, everybody else needs to stop? So they get the last word in? I decided to make a video responding to Omnia, and I was as nice as I possibly could be to them, giving them the most charitable interpretation I could think of. And what happens? Well, BoxOvFox and Holy Majesty, people I used to work with during the Sonic 93 drama, backstabbed me saying this needed to stop and that I was the one at fault, and I'm super toxic and all these other things. I love that everybody is fucking backstabbing me, but Kai is the one who's like, I don't belong here, everybody in this community is racist, everybody is so mean to me. Like, Kai, you got Creepshow, Prismate Luke, big ass channels defending you, small channels who used to be friends backstabbing me and joining you, and you still act like you're the most oppressed person in the world. Just so you know, things didn't end so well for BoxOvFox and Majesty. I barely talked about a few of the bad things they did. I have so much more information on both of them, and they both quit the internet. Like Junkie, Majesty, and BoxOvFox, joining Kai was a pretty bad idea. Like, what a fucking hill to die on. But before we go any further with all the evidence I have on Kai, I would like to turn the mic over to Hopeless Peach's friend, SpyV, so she can share all the evidence she has gathered on Kai.
Thanks, Jar. So as Jar so kindly introduced, I'm Spy, and I have been asked to speak about Kai Weiss today, and wow, there is a lot that I can say. Obviously, I mostly know of Kai through the Hopeless Peaches drama, though I, for the most part, didn't interact with him directly because that seemed to lead to nothing but a headache. But a lot of his behaviors during this John Swan and Akumu situation are things that he has been doing for some time. He's finally just poked the wrong bear and gotten the entire commentary community to rain down on him. But if there are two things that Kai is wonderful at, it's getting himself into trouble and telling on himself. We don't even have to dig that far to find that none of Kai's earliest comments make any mention of concern over copyright. This lovely response in his YouTube comment section where he says that he will say hi to Akumu in his own way certainly implies that Kai was going to Akumu's video with the intent to strike it without even watching the video to check for copyright. And later in this tweet, all of that being said, and the Twitter spats aside, I'm not removing the strike. Seeing Akumu and co mauled about it is def entertaining. You got that smoke you ordered. He then kind of pokes at some of the response that he had been getting saying, I can excuse targeted harassment, but a copyright strike? That's too far. Again, all this seems to imply is that he only did it in response to Akumu's harassment. In this very thread, he literally says that what he did was retaliation for Akumu's harassment, which is him admitting to filing the strike without any good faith that the video was actually in violation of copyright and doing it purely out of spite. He didn't literally say that he did it with bad faith, but he walked right up to that line. It is not hard at all to piece together Kai's thought process and his intentions with these tweets. But if you do see these screenshots and somehow come to the conclusion that Kai did not act in good faith, well, Kai certainly wouldn't be happy about that, because now you're making assumptions about his intentions, even though he very clearly made his intention crystal through his own words. That's a pretty common pattern for Kai. He says something, people call him out for saying the thing, he claims people are misinterpreting or subscribing meaning to his words that aren't there, even when they clearly are. Repeat. But most people will look at this and they can see that copyright infringement isn't the primary issue that is on Kai's mind in this situation. He was definitely more concerned with getting back at Akumu. And this is all just preschooler mentality. He stole my cookie, so I'm going to rip up his drawing. But the stakes are much higher here. Kai easily could have made mention of infringing on copyright in any of these tweets, but he never does because it simply isn't a priority for him. Later, after he started to get more backlash for his actions, he would try to backtrack and talk more about the copyright aspect and try to prove that it's justified. But Kai already put all of his cards on the table. He already admitted his reasons for why he did what he did. I absolutely love this tweet where he says that people are ignoring his clarification for the reasons he put the copyright strike on Akumu's channel, and tries to paint anyone who uses his own words and takes them at face value for what they mean as dishonest, because Kai doesn't want to admit it, but he shot himself in the foot and tried desperately to backtrack to make himself look better. But all he managed to do was alienate and belittle people and imply that they were doing it for shock value rather than using their basic reading comprehension skills. All of these tweets that I have spoken about contradict Kai's narrative that he tried to create to save face after more people started criticizing him for his copyright strike on Akumu. And it's blatantly clear to anyone who is paying attention. Now, I could keep going into the debate with John Swan and the intellectual dumpster fire that Kai was during it, as well as his reaction afterwards and him continuing to dig himself a hole, but I know that Jar wants to talk about all of that, so I will pass the mic back over to him. I have some things to attend to back on my own channel anyways.
Thanks for all your help, SpyV. Please go check out her channel. She's right now working on a video about Kai that goes over all the stuff that is not related to the John Swan situation. And I'm also going to be in that video along with Skritis. But now all I have left to go over is the call John Swan had with Kai. I understand a lot of people have already talked about this, but because I know about Kai a lot longer than a lot of other people have, I think I might have a little bit more insight into how he tries to debate.
my first thing is like, why is Omnia in the thumbnail and description?
I already addressed this on Twitter. Omnia made some takes, and her like story, like some of her tweets were like integral to understanding some parts of the story, so that's why she's in there.
But why? That doesn't answer.
Because I can.
Okay, but that still doesn't answer my question.
Yeah, it does. Because I can, and she's interested. She's part of the story, so I added to the title and
Important
description.
is she a part of the story? If you feel the need to put her in the title and description, how important?
But she's made takes on the situation, so I think she could be criticized for those takes. I was going to, by the way, but like,
There are plenty of people who made takes on the situation.
yeah, but
Does
she's
that mean that, like,
she's a notable channel. She's a notable channel.
Just
So
because she's a notable channel doesn't mean anything. Plenty of
yeah, it
other
does.
notable channels
She
talk
has like when people listen to her takes, people use that with they view that with a lot more credibility as if it was someone else.
As many people have pointed out, the first thing Kai brings up is his girlfriend Omnia, asking why she was in the thumbnail. John Swan answers his question,
Because I can.
Okay.
and all Kai just says is, that doesn't answer my question, when it does. Here's a question, Kai. Why did you put me in the title of your fake apology video, where you say you're gonna say sorry in the title, then proceed to not say sorry at all in the video? Was I involved? Yeah, I was in Harley's video. What did I say? I like cats. Hate to break it to you, Kai, but Omnia is a lot more involved in this situation with you and John than I was involved in your situation. Also, Kai, remember when Hopeless Peaches had a problem with Omnia using her grooming video in her thumbnail and all you said was, I'm not one to trip over a JPEG? Boy, that didn't age well because you're tripping over John Swan's thumbnail right now. But Kai is certainly not a stranger to double standards. Maybe his argument will be that because I'm white, it's somehow different when he does it.
Channel. You can
What other channels commented on this drama?
You have Scrimzox who came and commented on it.
Yeah, but he supported me. Like he's who else was it?
Sister Theo talked about it.
Yeah, but those people were all right. Those people were correct. So I'm criticizing the people that are wrong.
To you.
Yeah. Yeah.
To you. They're correct to you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm criticizing the people that I believe should be criticized.
Okay, so-
Why would I
so
talk about the
tell me
people that are right? What?
Hold on. Relax. Stop quacking, bro. Like, tell me what makes these people right.
Because I believe that they're correct. It would help if you like watched the rest of the video. It would help if you watched the stream because I go over all of this in the stream.
Hold on, John, stop quacking, bro. Relax. Like I said, okay, so you believe that they're right.
Stop quacking? Wow, what high-level banter. Also, he's a swan, not a duck. Swans honk, they don't quack. I love the expression on John Swan's face because that's how everyone reacts when they talk to Kai.
So, it's a matter of opinion.
Yeah.
You think that they're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so so what makes these, I don't get it. So you think that they're right personally, correct?
I think they're right because I have legal statute, I have previous lawsuits, and I have everything else backing me up.
I want to talk about that. I definitely want to talk about that too.
Go for it.
So Kai brought up his girlfriend for his first point, and now he's going to drop the whole subject about his girlfriend altogether because he can't win. Knowing Kai, he tried to bring up his girlfriend to try to make John Swan look bad in some way. I don't know exactly what he was trying to do, but because he couldn't make an argument, he decided to change the subject. I also think Kai was trying to distract from the conversation by saying things like, well, what makes people right? Stop quacking, bro. So by your subjective opinion, they're right? Let's pretend that John Swan said they were objectively right. Kai would have still complained about that. When it comes to Kai, it's a doomed if you do, doomed if you don't situation.
All of YouTube copyright law is US.
Do you have a certifiable background?
I said to you no! I already said in the beginning of the stream that I'm not a lawyer. I said to you no already.
So you mean to tell me, John, that you have absolutely no certifiable background or anything that could even make you a verified source of information to go to about this, and you're weighing in on this situation?
Yeah, just like you strike the guy without knowing anything about law.
I have another question.
Yep, John Swan just destroyed Kai right there, and what does Kai do? Change the subject again because he starts losing. You'll notice this is a common trend with him. Honestly, the thing that surprises me most is he hasn't used the race card yet.
Okay, so what is illegal about what I did?
I never said what you did was illegal. I actually clarified it wasn't multiple times in the stream. You actually watched.
Twitter, you said that
I clarified that. This is why you watched the fucking stream. I clarified all of it on stream.
Bro, like,
why not?
There's no need. Like, why do you feel the need to sit here and clarify all of this on stream? Why were you unable to do that on Twitter?
Because I fucking hate typing. I fucking hate typing. That's why.
What Kai did was illegal. So was what I did illegal or not? Did I abuse the copyright system or not, John?
I believe you did abuse it. It doesn't make it illegal.
Okay,
it has to go to court.
John, is that objective?
No, of course it's not. It's my opinion. Everyone gives their opinion on the situation.
So why are you talking about this?
Because I believe that you've abused the copyright system. That's why.
So you cannot say that what I did was objectively illegal, and all you are doing is arguing an opinion.
I never said that. I never said it was objectively. When did I say it was objectively illegal? When did I say that?
Answer it. Is what I did objectively illegal?
I already told you it can't be illegal unless it goes to court.
Okay,
I said that in the stream. I've said this all. I've said this all on stream.
John, you cannot prove that what I did was illegal at all.
I can't prove it because it has to go to court.
Okay, then, bro, why are you talking?
When it's subjective, it's a problem. When it's objective, it's a problem. Again, Kai, he can weigh in on this situation with his subjective opinion, just like you strike the guy with your subjective opinion that it was copyright.
Because I believe that you've abused the copyright system. That's what I said.
No, Luke. So John, you were live for an entire hour.
Yeah.
And all you did was tell people why you think what I did was illegal.
Kai,
you were people asking why you think what I did was illegal.
Yeah.
And it's objectively illegal because you can't prove that, and you don't.
No,
have the
I said that I can't prove it.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
And I rest my.
What do you mean you rest your case?
Hilarious.
Throughout this, Kai is laughing, saying things like "stop quacking, bro," and now he's saying "I rest my case." You'll notice he hasn't made a single good argument so far, or debunked even one of John's points. You see, Kai right now is not trying to be right because he's in the wrong, he's trying to look right, as if he has control over the situation when he really doesn't.
No, I said that in the stream I can't prove it. Of course I can't prove it. It has to go to court.
Then there's absolutely no need for you to start flapping your chops on Twitter talking about he pretty much admitted that the
I already talked about that. Dude, it was just funny. It was really funny. Instead of like talking about like...
Now it's just funny now.
It was really... No, it was really funny.
Oh look, Kai is getting angry. Honestly, Kai, you gotta really stop quacking, bro. Seriously.
Akumu used 4 entire minutes of my video with absolutely no editing. Why do you think a reaction channel reacting to content that doesn't belong to them isn't fair use?
Okay, so Akumu used 4 minutes of unedited content, right? That's what you're saying.
You didn't answer my question. I literally just asked you, John.
All John is doing is trying to clarify what Kai is saying, and all Kai can do is yell, "Answer my question!" John is just doing what Jordan Peterson does, trying to confirm what the person's argument is before he answers it, so they don't twist what their question was later. This is why Kai is getting upset, because he knows John is onto him.
4 minutes, mate! 4 minutes of completely unedited material.
Oh my god, John, there's literally an overlay 4 clips. That is me adding.
Okay, so Kai, let me go over. If you watch the stream, Kai, listen to me for 1 fucking second, okay?
Oh my god, he's quacking.
Holy shit!
Wow, Kai literally thinks that avoiding YouTube copyright system makes it fair use.
Guys, it's fine. It's no longer copyrighted. Because he made the video float, guys. He made it float, he made it move up and down. So it's no longer copyright infringement. He made the video float, and that was enough to make the video transformative, guys. He made the video float, guys. He made it float. That's it. We have solved copyright. We have solved it. He has made the video float.
I'm sure a few of you have seen re-uploads of Family Guy or American Dad on YouTube, where it will constantly zoom in and zoom out throughout the episode. Do you know why it does that? So YouTube's copyright system doesn't pick up on it. Just because YouTube's copyright system doesn't pick up on it, doesn't make it fucking fair use.
Let's go and read. So this is the second time I've read this.
Before you got on the stream?
I read it on stream.
Okay, then explain to me how fair use ruled in
But
favor.
no, let's read it. Let's read it from the document. So I'm not misquoting or anything.
Explain. If you read the entire thing, just explain.
Fine, I'll explain it then, mate.
You don't have to read it to me. Just explain.
All right.
Come on, John. Don't read it word for word. Just explain what it is so he can say you took it out of context later. God, Kai's debating skills are almost as bad as no bullshit.
Explain how he cut up the clips.
If you don't, you need to understand the rest of it. Otherwise, you're not going to understand what's going on, mate. So
oh my god, okay.
you need everything. You need the whole context here. Otherwise, you're not going to know what's fucking going on. He cut up the clips in a certain way.
How they cut up clips a certain way.
I love how right when John is starting to explain things, Kai just interrupts him. Zen was absolutely right. Without fancy editing, Kai has nothing.
But I don't really care that much.
The video.
Yeah, probably. I don't really care that much though.
Okay. Then if you don't care that much, don't bring it up as a talking point.
No,
What?
it's a topic. Put your talking point because they didn't transform the clip at all.
Okay, but if you cannot describe how the person cut up the video, you would need the video for that. Unless it's here in the legal paper, and if you read it, John, you would be able to tell me without the filler.
Yeah, you literally put me on the spot and like asked me to just tell you a certain point of a 10-page legal paper, and you want me to point to it and say here it is.
Why would I not put you on the spot, dog? Like,
You've told me to point to somewhere in a 10-page legal paper. Can you?
No, why
yeah,
would
you
bring
have.
up the 10-page legal paper without fucking reading it? Are you serious?
He already explained to you just a few minutes ago that he read it on stream. What the fuck is wrong with you, Kai?
Ben's video is 8 minutes.
It is a clip of a video that is much longer than that. I did not use the entirety of Peach's video in my video, John.
He never claimed that you did!
But you used the entirety of Sen's video in your video.
Because the video's 4 minutes.
The video's
John.
8 minutes.
It's not a very
The video's
long
8
video.
minutes.
I
The video's
didn't
8
use
minutes
the
and 40
entire-
seconds. That's complete misinformation. The video's 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay. If we're gonna talk about the length of it being 8 minutes, that doesn't really change anything.
No, it does.
So I use 4 minutes.
You use 8 minutes. You use 8 minutes of his video. You use 8 minutes of his video.
Well, if it doesn't change anything, stop saying it's 4 minutes. He just explained to you that it was 8 minutes, and you're still acting like it's 4 minutes. Stop lying, you disingenuous asshole.
Video. Okay, so I use 8 minutes of Sen's video.
Of his 8-minute video. Yeah, use all of it pretty much. There's 20 seconds left over.
8 minutes of Sen's video.
There's 20 seconds left over. Look.
So that would mean, John, that a majority of that video was integral to my critique.
My god, he sounded like such a douche with the way he said that. Yeah, Kai, it's part of a longer video. Just like Akumu's clip of your video was a part of his longer video. You did the exact same thing you flagged Akumu for. It doesn't matter if you put a fucking overlay over it. And once again, Kai, you have used the whole "you took me out of context" argument before. That's why he had to do it!
The funny thing about this video is that in the description you say that I cried about you for 20 minutes, when in reality, Sam, a majority of that video is you crying about me. I wanted to put your entire video in mine so people can see everything you have to say, rather than just parts of it. For one, it's Prince Kai, I'm way too pretty to be king. And two, liar, misrepresenter, and gaslighter are some pretty strong claims to make from someone who cut context, intentionally ignores the information that makes him look racist, because let's face it, if anyone saw these tweets, they would have clearly known you're full of shit.
So why do I have a problem with this? Well, mostly because Kai literally confirmed that only 2 screenshots of the DMs were showing the video. So literally that means there is context missing by your own admission. Kai, you started the DMs at many different points, which already is pretty sus and kind of showing me that you're not telling the full truth.
Harsh, you also link the DMs in the description. That also means that you omitted context from your own video. If you linking the DMs in the description means that you provided full context, that also means that I and Anya did as well. Talk about these text blocks you put in the video. So you criticized me for cutting context because I didn't put every DM in my video, but you didn't put my full video in your video. You also criticized me for saying hold people to the same standard, but don't hold yourself to the same standard you're holding me. Also, again, you link the DMs in the description. By your standard, you cut context as well, so you can do it, but I can't. Interesting. You didn't put my full video in your video.
Alright, I'm done with the debate between John Swan and Kai. The rest of it is just screaming and Kai just dodging questions like he always does. But the main thing that surprised me is not once did Kai try to use a race card. Kai likes to try to make every conversation he has about race so he has the advantage, but for once he didn't, and I guess that's why he lost. Not that it would really help him, cause he kind of used it up. The race card is kind of like Itachi Sharingan. At first it's really good, but the more and more you use it, the weaker it becomes. I guess you could also use Overheat from Pokemon for the same analogy. I really wanted to go over more of the stuff Kai did in this video, but it's already long enough. So instead, me, SpyV, and Scritis are going to talk about it on her channel. Kai has been a terrible commentator since the Toby drama. So many people were calling him out, but because of people like Prismate Luke and Creepshow Art, especially Creepshow Art because she had a massive hate boner for Toby and Hopeless Peaches, he got away with being a dumb shit, and so many people were tricked into thinking he was actually smart. I'll give Kai credit for a lot of things. Kai has a nice voice, he's a good-looking guy, he's good at getting people on his side, and he's actually decent at doing research. The problem is, he's a disingenuous asshole and he's almost always wrong. Both him and his girlfriend have been harassing several other commentators for a very long time, and they love to give people the least charitable interpretation possible while also downplaying their own actions. I'm done being nice to him and his girlfriend. Speaking of his girlfriend, Kai, you're a pretty shit boyfriend leaving your girlfriend to clean up your mess for you. You think that now you're gone, the hate train is gonna stop? No, they're just gonna turn their attention towards Omnia next. And guess what? I'm gonna be reviving the Toby drama, for real this time. That video won't be out for a while, cause I need to make sure I don't fuck things up this time, and I'm gonna have multiple people look it over before the video goes up. Speaking of the Toby drama, the situation you're in now is kind of like the opposite of it. Instead of having a whole bunch of big channels defending you, instead they're actually going after you. Even fucking Optimus talked about you. Several big channels also went after Peaches, and a lot more of them went after her than they did you, and she's still stuck around. Now that you're gone, things can start going back to normal. All of this shit has been happening for over a year, and you didn't lose because you were a sore loser. You were winning everything for over a year. No matter how many people apologize to you, even when they're in the right, you just don't forgive them. You lost because you're a sore winner.
An interesting move, like rejoicing over someone getting striked and like telling other people to do it as well. Like, just anyone else that's had a hard time with him, I absolutely did rest my case and win. Go retweet a post again to fish for more likes. Now, guys, I don't know if you know this, Kai hasn't won.
Rest in pieces.